Roblyn Bailey, how are you always first? Amazing. Uh, I survived the hurricane. Those of you who have been paying attention to Hurricane Ian, uh, there was a tornado that touched down in Delray Beach. I don't know if you guys have seen it on the news, but that hurricane was rather close to Prince Andrew. It must have touched down right after it went over his house. So the hounds of hell were looking after Prince Andrew. Was it as bad as the news made it out to be? Dude, I think it was pretty bad over there in Port Charlotte area. Fort Myers. There's a bay uh, over there just north of Fort Myers. It looked like it was pretty nasty in those towns along that bay. Punta Gorda. Lenny's got Christian soldiers. I highly doubt it. I don't think Christian soldiers would be in favor of guy on guy butt fucking and asshole licking. It's midday in England. Time for a nice cold pint. Yeah, that sounds good, but not for me, brah. I'm doing pre-workout. I got bench press day. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I haven't improved on my 275 for 10. What was that, 2 weeks ago? A little slow this morning. Conor McGregor was never my friend. $4.99. Could dumping Tren into the Gulf create a tropical storm/hurricane? The experiment must be done. Uh, Thanks for the $4. But I think that would turn the seagulls incredibly aggressive. Imagine a seagull on Tren. It would come dive bombing for your French fries. So anyway, I checked the super chat this morning. Kind of stalled out at 262, and that's after YouTube gets their cut. Obviously, you guys have donated a shit ton more than that, but YouTube takes a big healthy cut. We're stalled out at 262, mainly because I haven't been killing it with live streams. This hurricane kind of fucked up. You know, I had to do a little bit of preparations. I didn't do a lot. I don't want to lie, but my mind was somewhere else with this storm coming. So anyway, we're gonna get up to Powerhouse shortly. What day is today? Wednesday? I don't know if the Prince can do it tomorrow or not. You know, Tim has to be available too. Andrew has Tim's phone number now. So we'll coordinate something with me and the Prince getting together and signing on the dotted line. I'm not real worried about the waiting until I get the last $40, but I'm sure it'll happen. If I get a chance to do it before I get that last $40, I'll do it. You know, instead of, I don't know, Lenny seems to be really running wild with this. Ellis 430 just donated it 420 of some type of currency. I don't know what starts with an A, but thank you. YouTube takes 30% of buck. Something like that. It's I'd call it highway robbery, but it's free money anyway, so they're not robbing me. They're just they're kind of robbing you guys, what you guys want to see done with the money. So, but anyway, back to what I was saying. Lenny's really unhappy. Thinks I'm begging for money for a gym membership. You know, I guess maybe I should have never mentioned it, but I thought I was being honest. I thought I was doing the right thing. Because you guys are going to super chat whether I say I'm going to do something with the money or not. But it might be better if I just keep my mouth shut. Can't keep these. Lenny's turned into a big fat troll. It's really all he is. Guy just started up his big Dodge Cummins diesel next to me. You guys hear that big Cummins purring like a kitty? Yes, for bots, but you set up a stipulation that if we want videos with Andrew, we need to raise up the buck for membership. Yeah, I guess I did say that. I shouldn't have said it that way. But here's the deal. You know, I do want to be a gym membership of that, a member of that gym. And Andrew's going to exclusively work out there. So if I don't get a membership there, I'll be doing my stupid tripod fucking videos by myself. And I think we all enjoy Prince Andrew helping out with the videos. But I don't want to mislead you guys. I don't think there's going to be any kind of Misfits reunion at Powerhouse Gym. I think some of the trolls have actually made it worse. And Lenny is definitely sabotaging things, constantly talking about what happened between me and Brad. You know, I'm sick of hearing about it, obviously. And I really don't think Brad wants Lenny running his mouth about his family. The less that shit is talked about, the better. I don't know. I can't speak for Brad. It'd be nice if Brad would speak up for himself and say, Lenny, shut your fucking mouth. But that's not Brad. So, but I don't think there's going to be any kind of Misfits reunion. Definitely not involving Lenny. And anything with Andrew and Brad is probably going to be without me. So, there you have it. The Misfits are just fractured. But I'm open to being on camera with Brad. I really am. It's really up to him. So, you know, hopefully Brad accepts my apology. And you know, it'd be nice if he would say, "Jay, I'm sorry too for all that shit I said about your mom. I didn't know it bothered you." Well, yeah, it's my fucking mom. So, you guys seem to think what I did is so much worse. I don't really see it that way. You only got one mom, right? You only got one mom, one dad. You can always have more kids. You can always get a new wife, but you've only got one set of parents. You're stuck with your parents for the rest of your life. Kids and spouses, not so much. You can always have more. So enough of that bullshit. Let's move on. I don't want to be like Lenny and dwell on the past. Lenny's still talking about 1986. Father, please pick up boxing and challenge McLeod for a revenge. I think that would be stupid. I have no intentions of ever putting boxing gloves on again. And I really don't want to. I really don't want to talk about Adam. Let Adam do his own thing. You don't have to worry about drowning. You have built-in airbags. Well, that's good. Brian Sirius says a mom joke versus a little child. Yeah. Well, that's just my opinion.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up? Jokes aside, how's the situation there? It's it's overcast and very windy, but that's about it. I think that storm's in Daytona now, but I don't know if you guys have seen how massive that rotation is on the Doppler radar. Deedle the dog says you don't have a wife and kids, brah. You don't get it. Okay, that's true. So don't go after the one thing I got. How about that? Because I'm like Trump. I'm gonna go below the fucking belt till you fucking can't take it anymore. You go low, I'm gonna go lower. Donald Trump does that, and it seems to work well for him. So, I think that's fucking New York style right there. You give me a low blow, I'm going fucking lower. You pull a knife, I'm pulling a fucking gun. Father looking amazing. Heh, I'll read comments like that. Ryan Bamsford life. Who wins? Question mark. I guess you're right. Nobody wins. I think that's hilarious that Lenny says I'm socially awkward. Coming from the guy that's so afraid of women that he has to be with fucking men dressed up as women. I mean, come on. To use one of Lenny's own lines, he's a very easy psychological read. I think Lenny did have one girlfriend in his life. That picture that was going around of Lenny in a sport coat going to a funeral. I think that was the one woman in his life that he cared about. I think she was a Caribbean islander. I think Lenny lived with her for a while, if I'm thinking of the right one.